What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. Hope all of you are having a great day so far. Hope you all had a great weekend. Happy Death Day was definitely a dope movie. So I advise if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's worth the money. It's a pretty good movie. If you're into the horror genre, it's a pretty dope movie. Um, so getting into this episode, man, Michael. I'm sorry, but Michael is no longer naive to me. He's just plain dumb. This girl has an agenda. She has an agenda, and I think everything is working the way she wanted to work. I can tell by the look in her face, like every her facial expression. She has this sinister looking look in her eyes. Like it's like, yeah, you're definitely up to something. The question is what? Like, is it money that you're trying to get? Like, I think she's trying to gain more sympathy from Michael in the events that she wants to deepen their relationship. Because think about it, Michael is probably gonna propose to this girl one day. He's probably gonna marry her. He's a fool. I'm sorry, but he's no longer naive. He's just plain out stupid to me. Now you're just dumb. Because he decided to cancel the investigation on her. He called Curtis and was like, "Oh, well, we're not gonna investigate anymore." Even Curtis was like, "What are you doing?" Curtis was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Right? You might want to rethink that because look at the evidence he came up with. Like, come on." It further proves that she's a liar. She's manipulative. Like I said, the girl wouldn't know the truth if it slapped her in the face. And it's so funny because every time Michael uncovers a new lie from this girl, he doesn't accuse her of anything. He simply asks her questions. And he's not accusing her of anything. He's simply asking her a question and she always starts tearing up. You see the tears in her eyes. She look like she about to start crying. I'm like, why are you so like why are you always crying? He's not accusing you of anything. He's simply asking you a question like why did you lie to the police? See, at first I was going to see things her way for a minute because when you're in a situation like that, like Zach was in where you're in the water, you have a split second to make a decision. You have to think quick. And when you're panicking and stuff, you can't think quick because you're in a situation where time is ticking. Time is of the essence. So I get where you could panic and you don't know what to do. I get it. But her sinister look and stuff when Michael made that call to Curtis and she had that smirk on her face, she know that her plan is working. Whatever her plan is, it's working. And she know it. She's getting Michael more on her side. She's trying to come off as, oh, I'm trying to be good. It's not good to lie. She's trying to make it seem like she's not manipulating him into separating himself from his family. She know what she's doing because she played the same game with Zach. Everything that happened with Zach, she's doing with Michael. And that's exactly what Curtis told him. Everything down to the T. This girl came in as Zach's mother's assistant. And then she started getting closer to Zach. She's doing the same thing with Michael. Same thing. Same thing. To the T. And Michael is too dumb to see it. This is why I feel like now is the perfect time for Ned to take over ELQ. He needs to take the CEO title away from Michael because Michael, he's not thinking clear. He's not making right, judgment. And it's like it's time for somebody to step up and do something at this point because this boy is he. I guess he's just gonna learn the hard way. Carly tried to tell him. Sharon tried to tell him. Bobby tried to tell him. People keep trying to tell this boy. Curtis even gave him the evidence in his face, and he still wants to believe Nell. So you know what? I advise everybody. I think they should back off, let him be with this girl, and let the chips fall where they may. If she kills him for the money, so be it. So be it. Because I just feel like even though they're not gonna kill Michael off, he needs to learn a lesson. And I guess he wants to learn the lesson the hard way. So I guess you're gonna learn the hard way. It is what it is. I mean, how many times can I mean, come on, if it quack like a duck, smell like a duck, walk like a duck, what the hell is it? Aflac. Come on. Come on now. It's in your face. It's staring you in the face, Michael. You're just too stupid to see it. At first, like I say, he was naive. Now you're just totally dumb. That girl is playing him like Lotto. Seriously, she really is. She is playing him like PS4, and he can't see it. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, Jason 2.0. So he's excited about this media company that he purchased, Derek Wells Media. He goes to meet with Sonny. Him and Sam go meet with Sonny and Carly at the Metro Court. They tell them the big news, and Carly and Sonny, they were shocked, but they had questions too. They're like, "Do you know anything about media? Do you this?" Like they just didn't seem all that enthused about it. They really didn't. They were, giving him congratulations, but even Carly kept bringing up how different it is. I'm like, see how they keep bringing up how different things are with Jason 2.0? Obviously, he's Drew. So from now on, I'm just gonna call him Drew because he's Drew. To me, right now, he's Drew. Um, and you want to know what my issue is with him buying this company? I understand that the show is not realistic. I get it. It's daytime TV. It's not going to be totally realistic, especially when they do business storylines or any type of storyline they do. It's never that realistic. But with this storyline, they should have made it a little authentic because he seems so nonchalant about buying this company. And buying a media company. Let me tell you something, first of all. I majored in business in college. Like I've loved business ever since I was a little kid. Like when I was 6 years old, I used to read the newspaper and I used to read the business section all the time. Like even when I was 6 years old, this is no lie. This is real true story. Um, I love business. So, and I even watched a TV show on ABC, Shark Tank. I love that show where, people come to the tank and they try to get Mark Cuban and all them to invest. I love that show. I've been watching it since season one and it's been going on for years. So I love that show. And I find it funny how nonchalant he's acting because when you invest in a company and in a media company, especially media, it's expensive, and he's not investing with another company's money. He's investing his own personal money. Well, he's investing Jason, the original Jason's money. But at the end of the day, you're investing your own personal funds into this. That should scare the hell out of you. Because if I was an investor and I'm an entrepreneur, businessman, and I'm using my own, even if I'm using company's money, I would still be a little hesitant. I would like, especially in a business I know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be a little cautious. And buying a media company is so expensive. And I'm pretty sure Derek Wells Media was expensive. I'm sure Julian did not give him a discount. Um, because think about it. Derek Wells Media owns so many publications, including Crimson, and Crimson is doing pretty good numbers as far as they said before. The numbers are up, they're making money, so that adds to the value of the company. So that's going to up the price when you go to buy it. So you just basically spent a fortune. I don't care if you're worth $500 million. When you spend millions on a company, you need to take it seriously. You cannot act nonchalant about buying a company. And what struck me was when he told Sam before, oh, if the business, if it fails, we'll just sell it. It's not that simple. You can't, if the business doesn't make money and if it's failing, you can't just simply sell it. It's not that easy. Because, I mean, you can sell it, but if you sell it, you're not going to make the money that you paid for it. You're definitely not going to make a profit. So you're going to lose millions on this deal. I don't care how much money you're worth. Jason, well, Drew, he seems like he has an unlimited supply of money. I doubt that you do. Yeah, you're wealthy. You're very rich. You don't never have to work, but you're not a billionaire. You're not Bill Gates. Bill Gates, he can throw $100 million at a company of his own personal money, and he wouldn't blink an eye because he wouldn't flinch because dude is worth $80 billion. Now, unless you're that rich, I would be nervous about buying a company that I'm spending my personal millions on, and if it fails, you're gonna lose millions. You might even have to bankrupt. You might have to file for bankruptcy. I just feel like he needs to take it more seriously because as a businessman, if you're going to be an investor, entrepreneur, you need to take this serious because this is your family's future. Scout, Danny, Sam, this is your future. So if you're say if he spent $100 million buying this company, and if it fails, that means you have to, you're gonna have to pay off the debts because you're gonna owe money if it fails. You're gonna owe a lot of people, your employees, distributors. You're just gonna owe a lot of people money. So that's money that's coming out of your personal pocket because You spent your personal money buying this company, so everything is self-funded. You know what I'm saying? I would not act so nonchalant, is all I'm saying. Like, I would be nervous. I would be scared, because you're taking a hell of a risk. And as being an entrepreneur, that's what entrepreneurs do. They take risk, calculated risk. And the risk does not always pay off. So they're always cautious about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he needs to be a little bit more cautious and a little more nervous, because I know I will. Um, so anyway, Sonny is being investigated. Well, not investigated, but he's under surveillance. They don't know if it's the feds, if it's some agency like CIA. They don't know what the hell it is. Maybe the WSB. They don't know. I think personally, whoever it is, I think it has something to do with the original Jason. I think they're tapping Sonny's phone just in case the original Jason contacts him again. If he calls him or whatever, because remember he called his office phone. So I think that's where this started. Carly was a little nervous because she thought maybe it was an enemy or something, but Sonny doesn't think it's an enemy because he was like his enemies. They're not that smart. They're not that savvy when it comes down to stuff like that. So he was like, from now on until they figure some things out, he's gonna have to do his meetings face to face. I like, the fact that he has Brick around. Brick is definitely smart. You know what I mean? Like every mob boss should definitely have somebody like Brick. You should have, yeah, you should. You should have somebody like Brick. You should have somebody like Spinelli. They come in handy for you. You know, and it's always funny to me the way Brick and Carly flirt around and stuff with each other, and how Sonny just be sitting there laughing at it, like, dude, get your hands off my wife. He's like, he be looking at Brick like, okay, now it was funny the first time you did it, but now after the third and fourth time, you keep them paws off my wife, or I'm gonna put them paws on you. Keep your hands off my lady. That's how Sonny be looking at Brick, like, yeah, keep all right, keep messing with me. I done shot my own son in the chest right where you're standing, right? So you know what I do to you. Yeah, that's how he be looking at him, like, yeah, keep it pushing, do your job, do what I pay you to do. Brick be looking at Carly like she a whole snack. He was like, nah, she ain't no snack. That's a full course meal. That's how Brick be looking at Carly. But yeah, it was hilarious. So anyway, Franco. Franco. Let me just break this down. It's obvious that the writers don't have nothing for Franco to do. They don't have nothing for Franco to do. So what do the writers do? They insinuate Franco into Jason's storyline yet again. This is what they do. So now he's at the hospital, he met up with Stella or whatever, and she was telling him about how to get a death certificate because he wanted to know how to get a death certificate because he wants to see if Drew is really dead or if what Betsy was saying was true. So she told him how he can get it because it's public record. You ain't got to go through no legal stuff to do it. It's a simple, quick search, basically. So he put in Drew's name, Andrew Frank, and there was no match. So now is he starting to figure out that obviously Betsy was lying, or maybe somebody lied to Betsy about Andrew dying because obviously he's not dead. Um, Stella was so stank with Jordan at the Kelly's diner when her and Curtis was having breakfast or whatever. She was like, "Okay, well, I gotta go to work." She said bye to Curtis. She didn't say nothing to Jordan. I said, "How petty can you be?" Like Stella is petty to the nines. Like that woman is petty. She did not even look in Jordan's direction. Like that was hilarious. The funniest line to me of the day was when Stella asked Franco, like, because she was wondering, like, because he said something about the cops don't, like him or whatever. He said pretty much police in general don't like him. I just had to laugh at that because I'm like, first of all, Franco, not just police in general, but people in general don't like you, including me. I just don't like him. So anyway, original Jason, the dudes from Russia caught up with him and he beat the mess out of them. He had one of the guys call the clinic in Russia or whatever and let them know that he got Jason and he was bringing them back. But Jason knocked them out, took their money or whatever out their wallet, picked their pockets, hid them behind the dumpster and stuff like that. And that's when he made his way to Sonny's house. And when he got to Sonny's house, you could literally see the relief on Jason's face, the smirk on his face when he got to Sonny's house. He knew he made it to the promised land. So when he came into Sonny's house and stuff, he was looking around and stuff, and Sonny wasn't there because he had to go meet up with Drew, aka Jason 2.0, and Sam at the Metro Court. So he left there, then he went to his old penthouse. Let me tell you something. I never thought I would see the day again where Steve Burton walked into that penthouse. I literally thought it might be even longer before I ever see that. But when he walked into that penthouse, I was like, yep, Jason's home. And he saw Sam's jacket on the chair and he smelt it and stuff like that. He was calling out for Sam, but obviously she wasn't there. So he smelled her jacket, and that's when he had a flashback. For all the people who kept commenting, oh, why isn't Steve Burton having flashbacks? Here's your flashback. I remember that episode. It was the episode where Jason was going to Pettonville. And that's when Sam, remember, he turned himself in so he could protect Michael in Pettonville? So Sam was telling him how she was going to visit him and write him and stuff like that because he had to go away for like 5 years. He basically got the same deal Michael got, so he could go to prison to protect him. Um, so I'm happy to, that goes to show, yeah, he's the real Jason. He had a flashback of him and Sam. So he's the real Jason for all you doubters. Does this confirm your suspicions? Does this put your mind at ease? Okay. Um, so he went out on the balcony and stuff like that, and that's when Sam came home. I guess she forgot something or whatever. So Sam came home and he just had tears, like he looked like he was about to cry when he saw Sam. Now it looks like he's gonna try to open the door and go in there, but I doubt he's gonna confront Sam because I'm pretty sure they're gonna drag it out a little longer when he's gonna see people. Here's my vision for this. I think when Jason gets his money back, I think he's probably gonna give Derek Wells Media to Drew to run. That's just my assumption. I think that's what they might do as a peace offering. I think he might let him keep the media business or whatever. But this was a pretty, solid episode or whatever. Not too bad. Let me know what you thought. Hit that comment button. Let me know. Anyway, I hope all you have a great day. See you all later. Peace.